do what I do.
But you ignore the fact that those people aren't typical. They're outliers. And you weaponize those exceptions to beat down FBA people who've borne the brunt of this country's racism for centuries. Let me break this down even further. Let's say you're an immigrant and you're number 75 from your country, back home, and you were in the top elite. Now you come to America and you're being compared to an FBA guy who's 51. Your average working black man. And yeah, maybe you got a slightly better job. Maybe you came here debt-free. But what you're not being told is that even 51 is 20 times wealthier than the average Jamaican or Nigerian back home. So stop pretending this is apples to apples. It's not. It's elite to average. And the disrespect that comes from misunderstanding exactly why we have had enough. FBA have built everything from nothing. We didn't immigrate here. We were dragged here. We didn't choose this. We survived it, most of us, or otherwise we have family members that had to deal with it. And we're drawing a line right now in the sand. And you don't get to ride our coattails while spitting on our suffering. That's not division, that's defense. And we don't owe you apologies. We owe you the truth. And the truth is we're not letting anyone rewrite our story, not even you all. So yes, we're going to delineate. Okay, now let's compare the elite 10% of Black America to Africa and the Caribbean. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Y'all with me? Hit the number 1 button if you're with me. Okay, shout out to Johnny Harris. We're going to talk about something that rarely is addressed, and that's the real comparison between the 10% of African Americans or should I say the 10% of foundational Black Americans and the top performing African and Caribbean immigrants in the United States. Many Caribbean and African immigrants, they arrive as part of the top socioeconomic. That's the 10%. That's normally the best that they have. They typically are highly educated, they're financially stable. And in contrast, many of our foundational Black American brothers and sisters represent, that's the entire Black U.S. population, which includes many people who are still affected by systematic inequality. And to make a fair comparison, let's focus on merit groups in every category. Okay, let's think about it. Let me see here. Let's look at educational attainment. Okay, African immigrants, nearly 49% of African immigrants hold college degrees. That's double the rate of US-born white Americans. It's nearly 4 times the rate of native-born foundational Black Americans. Nigerian Americans individually have 59% of bachelor's degrees, with nearly 29% holding graduate degrees. That's a lot. Bravo to them. Okay, now when we look at the Caribbean immigrants, the Jamaicans, and I put all the citations in the description section. Caribbean immigrants, specifically Jamaicans, about 30% of them hold bachelor's degrees, at least by 2019. Okay, and that's higher than the US average, which is 24%. Okay, African Americans are foundational Black Americans, the top 10%. We don't necessarily have a specific number because this is not publicly measured, but it's widely accepted that Black Americans have high rates of college degrees, or the top 10%, and solidifying our position in the socioeconomic tier. All right, Nigerian Americans, the median household, I want you to hear the numbers now. The median household income from a Nigerian American is $81,725. For a foundational Black American is $67,573. All right, the personal earnings for Nigerians, $67,000. That's for males. Okay, females is $61,208. Both are above the US average. Salute to them. All right, as far as educational attainment, we talked about that. Let's talk about the Haitians. As I said before, average African American median household is 67,000. Haitians is 73,000. Keep in mind, we're talking about the elite of the elite. Okay, this is what we're talking about. Now, here's the thing. Immigrants from Nigeria and Haiti are disproportionately from the top economic and educational tiers of their home countries. They're already affluent when they get here. They're already highly educated upon arrival. Many of these Nigerians come from their country with degrees, and they get more degrees when they get here, and they have money. Many of them arrive as skilled workers already. Same thing with the Nigerians and the Haitians. They benefit from professional mobility. And so what you're doing is you're comparing the elite immigrant subset to the entire foundational Black American population, which includes those who are affected by these inequalities. But when you compare the top 10% of foundational Black Americans to the top 10% of Nigerians, Haitians, and everybody else, right? We blow them out the water, irrespective of slavery and all that other stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. Let's talk a little bit more about the Jamaicans. As I said, the average average Haitian household makes $73,000. Okay, the average Jamaican American household makes $62,000, depending on what region they in. All right, you got college education rates of about 25 to 30%, and you'll find Caribbean immigrants working in nursing, education, public service, and they have their small businesses. They grind, they hustle, and their children, especially second generation, often do better. They have rising income, home ownership, etc. But again, we have to look at the selection bias. These weren't the poorest Jamaicans and Haitians. These were the most determined, the most connected, and the ones with the means and the mindset to leave their home country. And that matters. They didn't randomly show up and win. They started from a higher base. And now, here's where it gets real. Let's talk about the foundational Black American elite. Let's talk about us. Let's talk about our talented 10th. Somebody type talented 10th in the chat room. All right. So our primary occupations of our talented 10th: doctors, lawyers, engineers, professors, tech executives, entrepreneurs, and elected officials. The household earning of our top 10% is well over $100,000. You understand me? On top of that, we have established wealth. We got home ownership. We got multi-generational professional networks. My daddy was a lawyer. My great-great-great-great-granddaddy was a lawyer. My son is going to be a lawyer. My wife is a lawyer. You understand me? My other son is going to be a medical doctor. My biological mother is an elementary school teacher. So when we compare our top 10%, these people are struggling to get 80,000. Our top 10% is well over 100,000. They're alumni of HBCUs and Ivy League institutions. They lead companies, they lead foundations and cultural institutions. And what makes this so powerful in the context, unlike many of these immigrants, foundational Black Americans built all this in a country that had its foot on our necks for over 400 years. No visas, no scholarships, no home country to fall back on, just grit, brilliance, and perseverance. So when you compare elite to elite, here's the truth. Foundational Black Americans don't just keep up, we outperform all of them. We own more land, we run more established businesses, and we are deeply embedded in the U.S. institutions, from law to politics, from media to medicine. We have legends in this country. Shout out to Mika L. So let's run that back. I want you to hear me. African immigrants, your top 10% make between $80,000 to $120,000. That's it. That's the median income. That's what you love. Caribbeans, you down there at 60 to 85%. African Americans are well up over $100,000. This is where we are. This is where we are. So the next time they talk about comparing us, don't compare yourself to Pookie and Ray Ray in the ghetto. Go find one of them Black lawyers down in Atlanta or Houston. Compare yourself to one of them. So in terms of education and professional reach and institutional access, we're not behind. Okay? We're right. We're not, but We're right there, or we're ahead. So why does it look like foundational Black Americans are being outpaced? Because we're comparing their best. They're comparing their best to our average. We're being measured against hand-picked global elite while still healing from the scars of the crack epidemic and mass incarceration and systematic theft. But when you equalize for class, opportunity, and education, we FBA outshine all these Black immigrants. And see, that's why this conversation matters. We have to stop using immigrant success stories to shame foundational Black Americans. We're not lazy. We're not broken. We simply had to fight through more for longer. And when the playing field is level, we don't just compete, we lead. So let's keep the conversation honest. Let's celebrate all Black excellence, you see? And let's not exclude our foundational Black American brothers and sisters who've done well for themselves. Look, here's a remarkable truth about African immigrants, especially Nigerians. You see, they're among the highest educated group in the United States, according to the U.S. Census and the studies by the Pew Research. Nearly 60% of Nigerian Americans hold at least one bachelor's degree. We salute them. We happy for you, baby. All right? That exceeds the national average. Many of them have gone further, even graduating professional degrees in some of the most demanding fields: medicine, engineering, finance, and science. I love me a good Nigerian professor, a science professor, a good Nigerian doctor. I love it. Brilliant. They're in hospitals and professors. I love it. University. I'm cool with it.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D.
People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. D's Black Man Talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Lizard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shootin', give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. 9 black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. 9 black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. 9 black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. 9 black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.